The 38-second manifestation hack you can use to create your dreams. Dear friend, if you are interested in manifestation or the law of attraction, congratulations. You've arrived to probably the most valuable page on the entire internet. Most people have heard about the movie The Secret or about the law of attraction, but they don't really understand how the law of attraction works or even if it works in the first place. And the problem is that there are very few people on Earth today that really know what they're doing when it comes to manifestation. Even in The Secret, the actors didn't fully reveal what it takes to actually make this method work 100%. How do I know? Take for example the movie itself. It became a worldwide phenomenon. And it was seen by hundreds of millions of people. Yet, how many lives did it change? How many people watched the film and are now truly living the life of their dreams? Far too few. Maybe some people do get some of the things they want, but at the same time, there are still too many people struggling. A huge issue is that people still just don't understand how powerful the law of attraction is. In fact, here are some of the myths that I'm going to shatter right now. Myth number 1. The law of attraction is about visualizing what you want. From The Secret, what most people imagine is that you only have to think about what you want with open eyes, all the time. You just need to daydream and things will magically happen for you. Well, not really, that's not how it works. In reality, the law of attraction is about energy frequency, resonance, and reflection. We are energy and we emit a vibration signal all the time. And the part of the law of attraction that is mostly responsible for attracting the reality of your dreams is actually your emotions. So, it's much more about the feeling than the mental images. In a way, you could say, you have to feel as if you're already living your dreams to make them happen for you. Myth number 2, you need to learn how to manifest. This one is actually a bit tricky. Because the truth is that you don't need to learn how to manifest. You are already manifesting all the time, every single second of your life. What you have to learn is what you're choosing to manifest. Because everything that has happened so far in your life, well, it happened without accident, as a reaction or a response to your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Every snowflake that falls exactly at the perfect time and place, without exception. Carl Jung coined the term synchronicity when he observed in his patients some coincidences that were far too perfect to be mere coincidences. In fact, Carl Jung, who is one of the most reputable psychologists of all time, famously said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." This is actually more important than it may seem. New science discoveries have proven that what we know as life is actually much bigger than most of us think. It's not just our physical time on Earth, it's also our spirit. This spirit is incarnated in hundreds of lives simultaneously. That's why many of us have the same hopes, dreams, and desires. On another level, you are that spirit. There is most likely nothing more important for you, even considering what happens to you after death, than to learn how to live and experience your wildest fantasies. We, as spirits, take hundreds of different lives as our incarnations, to be able to manifest them consciously, to be able to create, at will, the reality we prefer. And long after this life ends, you will be thanking yourself for paying attention and interest to your spirit right now. Myth number 3, you just have to daydream to attract. This kind of thinking became popular after The Secret, but the movie doesn't tell you anything about how you actually also need to do things to make your daydreams become reality. And this is probably the biggest issue with the movie. The teachings are incomplete. Action is an essential part of the manifestation process. When you take action towards the reality you want to manifest, you ignite that energy into physical reality. You make the process work. But trying to force the issue doesn't work either. It's much more about balance. When you have a great balance between your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions, you can achieve even miracles. You'll work much less and earn much more. You'll be less busy and still achieve more. And we're just getting started. Even Jesus-level stuff is possible. Levitating, mind reading, and other things that seem to come from superhero movies are all within reach. But who am I to tell you such things? And why should you trust me? My name is Ciprian Pintia, and I'm a 38-year-old Romanian living mostly in inner peace, like a luxury monk in a garden penthouse in Bucharest. I meditate, I eat mostly vegan, and I get to date young and beautiful girls. I don't really have to work anymore because I have enough investments in real estate and crypto to even make sure my unborn kids are fully covered for life. And I'm proud to say that when I was 20 to 21 years old, I started successfully using some tools of manifestation, and since then, I've never stopped. I became a millionaire in my 20s. I drove the car of my dreams, a new model Mercedes ML SUV, as the first car I bought. I've traveled to most of the places where I wanted to go. I've even lived in some of them. And this is just scratching the surface. But not all was as shiny and bright as looking at a trendy Instagram profile. When I was 28, disaster happened. I was diagnosed in a short period of time with two dreaded incurable diseases, rheumatoid arthritis and psoriasis. And for months I was desperate, I couldn't even go to work. At the time, I was making tens and sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars in a month from my business every single month. But none of it mattered anymore when my doctors would tell me, "Ciprian, I'm sorry, but in about 5 to 10 years you will not be able to walk again." And I wished I could just throw money at those problems and make them go away, but it doesn't work like that. And it may be cliché, but it's true, only when you have a serious health condition do you finally realize how valuable and important your health is. I was stuck, thinking my life was over, and trying to understand where this tragedy came from. From business, school, and life in general, I had learned to be a winner. I wasn't ready to give up on my life yet. Not without a fight. A friend recommended a book to me that seemed to have success with hundreds and thousands of people when it came to healing psoriasis. So, at least that could get fixed. I slowly restarted living my life, thinking and feeling that I will fix my diseases, against all odds. Against all doctors. And against all naysayers that said it couldn't be done. But I couldn't possibly know that what was I about to discover would be just as if I went down the rabbit hole from Alice in Wonderland. When I was 30, I learned about a Qigong master in China that was able to perform miracles and also heal people that were thought to be incurable. So I went there, not knowing what to think, but I trusted that it was real, because it was recommended by someone who wanted to work with me on a long-term project. And they had nothing to gain by deceiving me. But still, it's hard to describe how I felt once I got there and saw with my own eyes how these people were able to do things that I couldn't have thought possible. Imagine seeing with your own eyes how someone does something like this. It's hard to trust when you see it on video. But when you see something like this in real life, it's just shocking. It made me reconsider everything I ever thought about energy. And it put me on a path of wanting to learn everything about this stuff. I started studying and understanding Qigong, Niden, shamanism, yoga, Rei Qi, and pretty much everything else that seemed worthy of my attention. I also started studying channeling materials like Abraham Hicks, Bashar, Cryon, and I made sure to take plenty of time because I wanted to understand every word they were saying. And for the past 8 years, I've been mostly meditating, while my life got better and better. My rheumatoid arthritis and psoriasis improved for the better. And the more I gained experience in spirituality and meditation, the more manifestation started to make more sense to me.